Yes or no? If you read the thumbnail, I just bought a new car accidentally.
As some of you might know, what was once my daily driver is pretty much just stuck in my driveway right now.
So how did we go about this? Well, I started looking.
And because I had a budget, I needed something fairly affordable. And with the option of different makes and models, there is a catch.
No, God!
Especially when buying a car from auction. Now these cars could be either flooded, crash damaged, or even stolen. Now I've never participated in a live auction before, let alone bought a car from one. Although my wallet was telling me no, my love for cars was telling me yes. And just like that, we bought a car. Now the car wasn't purchased around the corner. We had to drive 10 hours to Melbourne to pick this car up. After about 10.5 hours of driving, we finally made it. And due to their policies, they can't release the car to you unless you have a tow truck booked to pick it up. Once that is all sorted, they pretty much just pick up your car and put it on the tow truck for you. And if the car is severely damaged, they usually use a massive forklift to pick these cars up. But in my case, because it wasn't, the tow truck just picked it up.
And yeah, up until this moment, I still have not seen this car. And that was up until now.
This probably felt like one of the shortest stays in Melbourne, but I guess it's all because of the excitement. But I'm so happy to get this thing loaded and get it back home because we actually have a lot to do on this car.
And without further ado, here is my brand new Audi S3 sedan. Now I know you guys probably have a lot of questions such as 1, how much did you get the car for? 2, what's wrong with it? 3, obviously the spec. And 4, why'd you buy a car that seemed completely fine? Now I will tell you guys one thing, the car was stolen, but the rest I'll tell you after I've washed this car because this car is absolutely filthy. So I'm most likely going to start off with the interior because obviously I don't want to wash the outside and then I have to move on to the interior, everything gets wet. So we're going to start off by probably removing the seats, giving a full water vacuum because it actually does stink inside here. And with the seats, it's pretty simple. It's literally just 4 bolts to hold these seats in. They are chunky seats, they're a bit difficult to take out, but shouldn't be that hard.
If I wasn't such a tidy freak, I probably would have left it, but I just can't stand sitting in a car that is absolutely filthy. And the plan is to try to get this car done as soon as possible so I can actually start modifying it. This car's already putting the wrong words in my mouth. I'm just gonna do some small modifications.
Now I got that bolt out and I just got one more left, which is this one. And I've pushed the seat all the way forward and I can't seem to get this socket in there. As you can see, it's on an angle, it just won't go in. I'm not sure why that's like that. I don't remember it being like that on the hatch, but yeah, let's see what I'm gonna do there.
Now before I attempt to take this seat out, I pretty much put this wrap, it's like an adhesive wrap. This stuff was very expensive. I don't know how many meters it was. It could have been like 300 or 200 meters, but this stuff cost like 250 bucks.
Oh my god. Oh my.
I really do recommend having someone help you out with this because I threw away pieces and pieces after pieces away. As for the bolts holding the seat in place, I ended up finding an Allen key that was able to remove all the bolts.
So I've got all the bolts out and I pretty much just put cloths here because I am going to be leaning this seat back because you do have to disconnect the seat in order to obviously take it out. And then I obviously put these cloths here so I don't know, so it doesn't protrude the carpet. So I got no floor mats there at the moment.
Now I just had to tilt the seat back and pretty much just disconnect all the wiring. There's only one clip holding this carpet into place, and once you remove that, it's ready for lift off. Pretty much what we're going to be doing once this thing's buttoned up. And now you just pull back the carpet and you just got 3 connectors to disconnect. Now I know what you're probably looking at, and I might have gotten a little bit of out of hand when it comes to the adhesive tape. Now I'm not exactly sure how heavy this seat is, but this seat is heavy. And if you get that thing out without scratching anything, good job on you.
Trying to get this seat out was insane. On the other hand, we got it out pretty much without scratching anything and damaging anything, which is a plus to me. But anyways, and the other best news is we got this car a lot cheaper than I thought because, well, we found $2 and we found 5 cents. So we pretty much got this car $2.05 cheaper than what we paid. And another surprising thing, I don't even know what that is. I think that's tin, like from a pen. Found that under there. I don't know what's he doing with that, but anyways, yeah, so thumbs up to me. But the worst part is we still got to do the passenger seat. Now, quick tip, if you're removing any seats from pretty much any German car, like seats like this or anything that's in a tight cabin like this, move the seat all the way back. So you want, as you can see the rails, see how the seat is all the way forward? You want to move this seat all the way back because you want these to stick out enough so you can bring them out this way, because when you are, the reason why I was able to take that other seat out so easily is because I slid it all the way back, and then that way I didn't have the rails like sticking from the back, so it made it a lot harder for me to be able to lift the seat out. But you'll see in a second what I'm talking about. Yeah, the fuck.
And here we're just going to do the same thing we did on the driver's side. We're going to lift up the carpet and we're just going to disconnect all the connectors.
Passenger side's going to be easier because I don't have a steering wheel in a way. I just realized.
You know when I said slide the seat all the way back and slide the rails all the way forward? Yeah, don't do that. You're just going to want them in line with the seat. You don't want them sticking out too far forward or too far back. Just straight in line.
Well, that ended up being a lot easier than I thought. I'm thinking it was going to be a lot harder, but now when you think about it, there's no steering wheel on the passenger side, so it ended up being a lot easier. But anyways, we got both seats out of the way. Now we're going to go ahead, we're going to vacuum it, and then we're going to probably water vacuum it, and then wipe down the whole interior, and then we should be pretty much sweet to go. This car happens to be getting cheaper and cheaper because we just found another $2 coin. Let's see what else we can find. I don't know what that is. What is that? Oh man, I just pushed it under. There's something under here. I don't know what it is. What is this? What is that? What the fuck? What is that? What is this? What is all this? I don't know. Oh well. Melon. Dino melon.
Now I'm just vacuuming the area a bit before removing the amplifier. There's only 2 clips that hold this cover in place. Same clips that was holding the carpet in place.
If you're wondering what this is pretty much the amplifier that sits under the passenger seat. This is the same thing that we're going to be replacing on the other car, obviously to run the B&O sound system. So I pretty much just removed the plastic because, as you can see, it's pretty filthy there, and I want to give this a good clean. And as you can tell, I think that's coffee. I don't know what that is, chocolate milk or whatever, but we're going to get all that out. Don't worry.
And to remove the amplifier, there's only 2 torque screws holding it in place. I wasn't going to originally remove the amplifier to clean underneath, but I told myself I want to do it right. And to remove this base, there was only 2 nuts and 1 screw. And the only way to do this right is pretty much to remove everything, because I am going the mile for this car. Will this affect the car's performance? Probably not. Will it affect my conscience? Definitely.
Same goes for the driver's side. We've got 2 clips that hold this plastic cover in place.
Now I'm not too sure what this thing is. It does look like an ECU, but the ECU is in the engine bay. I think it has something to do maybe with the seats, the heated seats, and the electrical part of things. I could be wrong, I could be right, but let me know.
Now I am wrapping these connectors with Glad Wrap, and that's mainly because I am going to be water vacuuming this floor, and I don't want those connectors to get wet. Yet again, we're stuck in a limbo. This thing is going to take a lot more than I thought. Like, I thought it was going to take 1 day. I was going to wash the outside of the car. I was going to wash the inside of the car. And no, I haven't. I only took the seats out. I vacuumed the whole inside, but we've still got a lot more to do. You'll probably be able to tell that I went above and beyond with the carpet. Obviously, I did take everything out. As you can see, it looks amazing, apart from obviously that little coffee stain right there. But don't worry, we'll fix that. And as you can see, the interior is like completely dusty, and like look at the doors, like check that out. Like I haven't done any of the wiping down, like I haven't cleaned anything yet. I mainly just focus on the carpet because that is the most important thing, and I got something special for later, and you'll see it's something to do with the floor. You're going to see it's probably one of my first modifications. But anyways, now we're going to go ahead, and I might actually jump on the outside of the car. I want to clean the outside of the car because it is saying it's going to rain later, And as you can probably see, it's very cloudy. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna clean that whole outside of the car, get this thing looking schmexy, and then we're probably gonna jump back on the inside.
Now, although it's not the most ideal thing to wash the car when it's about to rain, but I really could not stand looking at this car like this any longer.
Now, a lot of people say it's very difficult to take this fingerprint swab thing that the police leave behind. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but let's just see how hard is it to take it off. But I'm pretty confident this is going to come off very easily. As you can see, like zero effort, like zero. But yeah, let's go. First thing I'll start off by cleaning is probably the wheels, because obviously it's always best to do the wheels first and then obviously the body. But I'll show you guys what I'll be using. So if you see this, now this is probably not something you would usually go for, but it's called Ali Bright, and pretty much I just got that and I put it in a bottle. Don't worry, that's not it, but I put it in this bottle. And this is probably not the thing that you would usually go for cleaning wheels, but bro, this thing does such a good job, trust me. Now this stuff does stink, so probably don't breathe it in. It's pretty strong, but don't hold back on it either. Just spray the hell out of your wheels. Because if you're not shining, are you even applying?
Now, definitely wear a face mask because the fumes from that are very strong. I usually blow snow once, wash it off, and then hit it again. But in this case, I had to remove the number plate bracket because I totally forgot to remove that. And just like that, not long after washing the car, it started pouring, but luckily I had protection. After the rain cleared, it was time to get stuck back into it. I really am loving how much this white color is popping after a good clean. It no longer looks like it's been stolen. But I am thinking about this car getting wrapped. But I also think I'm getting too ahead of myself and getting way too excited this early in. I was originally just spraying everything and then using a microfiber cloth, but it was so dirty that I was just going through so many cloths. So I ended up just getting a few packets of wet wipes, and then later on I just went back and I used the microfiber cloth.
After 3 long days of clean wiping, are you finally ready to see what this thing looks like? Take a look at that.
Damn!
I still can't believe how good this thing actually turned out. Like, look at it. It looks brand spanking new. The roof literally has not got one mark on it. Usually, you know, the trees sit and they drop shit. But as you can see, this previous owner really took good care of this car, because there is not one mark on this roof. As you can see in the sun, like, brand spanking new. As for the rest of the car, I am just so over the moon and so much in disbelief on how this thing actually turned out. Like, oh my god, like, is this for real? Like, this thing looks absolutely delicious apart from that, but everything else, wow. I still haven't done the water vacuuming, but that's something that we're going to be doing right now.
The water vacuum I'm using is called Bissell Turbo. You pretty much add mainly water, and then you're going to add a little bit of Heisenberg's formula, and you pretty much got 99% purity. And this car is going to be smelling delish.
Take a good look at that 7-Eleven's $1 coffee. Now we've got all the water vacuum pretty much done. As you can see, it's pretty wet in here. I'll put these cloths because I do want to get these connectors and I do want to give them a clean before I start putting everything in. Can someone tell me why has this thing got a red light in it? That's pretty cool, but I'm not sure why it has a red light. But anyways, I'm going to give these connectors all clean before I start putting the amplifier and stuff like that back in. And now to really finish things off inside the car, well, we're gonna get a perfume, and we are gonna oh yeah, that's it. And get this thing a good smell. Remember, don't hold back. Get this thing smelling really nice. Maybe I can explain to you how nice this smells. I think this is some fake Polo perfume, but it smells so good. So I ended up turning on the car because, as you can tell, I did vacuum this car the whole day, and pretty much because it was a water vacuum, this carpet is very wet and I needed to dry because I don't want it to mold up. So I did crank up obviously the heater. Hopefully I have enough fuel left because I am probably going to leave it like this all night for it to dry. But now I need to go ahead, I need to start cleaning the amplifier, that way I can start putting those stuff back in so I can get these seats back in. Because the amp is electronic, I am going to use like a WD-40 contact cleaner, the one there. Same thing that I use for the wires harness that I'm going to do on the other car, because I don't want to destroy this, and obviously I'm trying to keep it as clean as possible. I don't want to use any other type of substance because I don't know what it could do to it. But this is pretty much what I use, WD-40 contact cleaner, so you know it is safe and it's fast drying. Now we've got the carpet completely dried, obviously overnight. It has settled. I have put one of those for obviously moisture, but yeah, the carpet's completely dry. Now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put this plastic, so it's like a plastic adhesive that goes on the floor and pretty much keeps the floor clean and obviously from anything happening to it. Because this car is going to go for inspection, hence why I want to put it on. I'll show you what it looks like. But so the roll looks something like this. I got this off Amazon, I believe, or Alibaba or AliExpress, one of those. But this thing was expensive. It's like 150 bucks. But I think it's like 300 meters long. I could be wrong, maybe 200. But yeah, this goes on the floor and I'll show you pretty much what you do.
Remember that green roll of adhesive wrap that I was using? Yeah, well, this one was a lot worse. This thing would just keep folding over and sticking to itself, and I was just disposing way too much of it.
So now that we've got the plastic covers on the car now is time for the first modification. That modification is, well, floor mats. Now I know you might be wondering, why does it say A3? And I'll explain that in a bit. And that's pretty much what it ended up turning out looking like. It looks very nice, like, wow. Now I know most people are gonna be like, why'd you put that? It's really pointless, but hey, look, I like to take that extra precaution in just taking care of the carpet. But anyways, now a lot of people are gonna be asking, why do I got A3 floor mats? And well, the silly answer to that is, they don't offer S3 floor mats for, well, right-hand drive cars. They only come in left-hand floor mats for S3s, and that is obviously because they're made in Germany. But it's pretty sad that you pay so much money for these cars, and well, you're left with pretty much A3 floor mats. Now, even if you had a RS3, RS6, RS whatever, you're gonna come with baseline floor mats. So if you have a RS6, it's gonna be A6 floor mats, and if you have a SQ7, anyway, you get the point. So they only offer the baseline floor mats for these cars because they're right-hand drive, and yeah, sad story. Now I want to go ahead and start putting these electronics back in, like the amplifier. That way we can start putting the seats back in, and I need that done.
Now the boring part and the worst part is always the work that you got to put into something, but the most rewarding part is when you're putting it back together and you actually see the finishing product or the finish of it. Now I know I'm talking like I just baked a cake and it's like totally far out of my skill set, but you get the point. Same.
So what I did, I gave all these connectors a clean, just like the rest of them, obviously, because I am only doing it once, might as well. But there's also a clip that goes here which holds the harness for the seats, driver seat, passenger seat, like this one. This is a one-time use clip. Lucky I do have spares. You can see I got this full bag, and I'm pretty sure I bought this off eBay or AliExpress, I'm not sure. But pretty much I got every single style you can think of. So I'm going to pretty much look for the one that matches the one that I have, or anything similar really. I'm just going to end up going with these two. Just click it in, that's it.
All we have left on the driver's side to do is pretty much to put that seat module. We're going to call it a seat ECU. That's what we're going to call it. And that's all we have left. I'm not going to lie, when those floor mats click into place. Oh.
To think that I started this thing on a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, and today's Thursday, I can't believe it took that long to clean this car. But like I said, I wanted to do it right. I want to look brand new. And the last but not least part that's left is the seats. And those are the ones that I'm definitely not looking forward to. Because I can tell I'll probably just do the driver's one for now. And then tomorrow I'll do the passenger one, and that should be it. Tell me, does that look good or what? And is that too late to say that I am OCD? I know a lot of people are probably going to say it doesn't take 4 or 5 days to wash a car. Well, especially from the inside, but then again, I don't buy a car every day, so I do like to increase the lifespan of this car because it is going to be my daily. And I'm sure other people might appreciate it and some might not, that I went above and beyond with it. But like, tell me, is it really not worth it? Now that is a sad story, especially because, well, my other baby right there is, well, not in such a good shape. She's pretty much just been staring at me all day, going to town on my new yeah. But let's get started on the seats because they've been sitting there for 3 days and that's not good.
These seats are so big that I cannot see where I'm stepping, whether I'm going to tumble over with them or, yeah, worse. And I know for a fact that I am being tested.
Some people might like these type of seats, but me, generally, I'm really not a fan of them. Like, diamond stitching, to me, it looks a bit gay. But anyways, I don't know if I might one day get them reupholstered in like a different material and maybe just get rid of the diamond pattern. Or I might be upgrading for Recaros. I don't know yet, but yeah. Let me know if you're a fan of these seats.
Now, I am glad that these things ended up being a lot easier to put in than they were to take out.
And after all that hard work and that full week of cleaning, I can pretty much say the car is complete. Now, I will mention that you probably did notice that I did put different bolts here on the seats. So these are titanium bolts. These aren't the standard bolts that you get with seats. As you can see, because they're like in your face and I didn't like the standard ones, I'm like, I just went ahead and I bought some titanium ones and I put them. Let me know if you think that looks cool, and I think it makes a big difference, like, because you're looking at it. Anyways, but the interior is complete. Don't mind the towel. It's just, yeah, I'm trying to keep those floor mats pretty much staying brand new, I guess. But inside's all complete. I mean, from the outside as well, as you can see, this car looks immaculate. Don't mind the, obviously the, what's that stuff called? The paint, the pen paint, whatever. Anyway, I still haven't got around cleaning that. I will. People do say use brake cleaner, I think, to use it, but just make sure you leave it on the glass. It cleans it like this. But anyways, I just didn't really look too much into it. I don't really care, but I will take it off, don't worry. But apart from that, as you can see, this car looks absolutely gorgeous. Like, minus obviously a little scratch at the back, but we're going to talk about that in a sec. Considering this car is a 2014, it really presents itself amazing for its age. I mean, yeah, it's got a few stone chips here and there, some gutter rash, but nothing too crazy. I mean, this only had one owner, so this person really did take care of it. I mean, you can tell it's been garaged, obviously. For a car that age to look like this, it's pretty impossible, really. Anyway, apart from that, eventually when this bumper does get a bit worse with stone chips, I will give that a respray, maybe the fenders and the bonnet, and then do like a stealth PPF or something. But funny enough, I want to talk about something. Apart from this car looking, oh my god, like gorgeous, I can't stop looking at it. But apart from that, funny enough, if we move to the back of the car, see that scratch right there? Yeah, that one right there. Well, that actually wasn't on the car. And that's because when I go back to take a look at the pictures of when I purchased this car, funny enough, the damage wasn't there. So it's pretty clear, while this car was in storage, they were even moving things around. Someone's accidentally damaged it and they haven't reported it, which is sad for buyers like me, because going into this, we already know we're going to pay for some type of repairs to get these cars on the road and running right. And pretty much we're buying these cars sight unseen. So all we have to go off is pretty much pictures, because since 2019 and COVID, they pretty much don't allow anyone to go inspect the car on site. So you actually can't actually look at the car nor see what's wrong with it. And I do get this because people do steal keys on these cars, because they do leave the keys in the car, and a lot of people come around, steal the keys in order to obviously buy the cars cheaper on auction, which is pretty much what I did, because mine was listed with no key and a non-runner. However, I got lucky, I had a key. But pretty much my lesson to you is, if you're going to buy a car on auction, save these pictures and make sure you know what this car looks like and what damage it has physically, because when you go pick it up, you don't want additional cost to the car than what you've already paid for. And if you end up in a situation like this and you find damage on the car that wasn't listed on the website, go back, show them the pictures, and pretty much tell them, hey, you did not list this on the website, nor report that there was damage to the rear bumper or quarter panel or the tail light or something like that, and pretty much try claim some type of compensation for it. In my case, it was just a bit too late. I didn't review the pictures in time, nor did I spot the damage in the pictures, so it is what it is. But moving away from that, I do want to give you guys a breakdown cost on this car and how much it cost me to get it on the road, but I can't do it just yet because, well, it doesn't have rego. So we got to do rego first, and then I'll give you guys a breakdown cost of, well, how much does it cost to get this cutie on the road. So what's next? This car's pretty much tomorrow going to Queensland to get a roadworthy, pass the road inspection, to get this car registered. But let me know if you guys can guess what the number plate's going to be on this car. It's kind of crazy that I'm going to Queensland to register this car, especially when, well, I'm in New South Wales. But I will tell you more about that in the next video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please give me a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.